All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to Granblue Radio. This is episode number 323. Uh, DJ is back, and I'm going to be asking DJ today to explain how the new characters work because DJ, you've spent a lot more time with these characters than I have, aka you spent time with these characters. And
I
so,
spent 3 battles.
hey, that's three more than I have. And so you actually understand how they work when you just watch them do their thing for a while.
Do I watch?
You understand how they work. So anyway, welcome to Granblue Radio. Uh, this is Vibrating Sheep, and yeah, so DJ, we got two new characters. The funny thing is that people are like, man, I hope we don't get Cantate so that we can get Caro, or I hope that Cantate doesn't take Caro's spot, blah 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 blah. And it's just like, yeah, we just can release both of them at the same time. It's fine.
All right, so Sulfira.
So we
That's
start
actually
with
an important
Sulfuria.
part of this.
Okay, so Sulfira is the actual like key piece of this team. Got it. So we go to Sulfira and remind ourselves of what she does. So,
So we change her. We change how she works a bit. She
mhm,
now has 2 blue buttons instead of a random green button that resets her stuff.
right.
And when she CAs, her debuff buttons go off. A cooldown. Her debuff buttons are already only 5 turns anyway, so
Mhm,
it's really low cooldown. And she gets tuning when she uses skill 3.
right. And then they do double nukes when she gets to 5 tune. No, one of them
Nope.
is 5 tuning.
Yeah,
Then the other
that's
one
the
gets extra debuffs from based on the number of times. Okay, okay, that's right.
Fortunately enough, the one that is 5 tuning is the tuning button, so it gets
Mhm.
to 7 immediately afterwards.
And then the tuning 7 here is that she just on full auto just keeps your team healed up. Okay, okay.
She'll heal Yoshi normal attacks.
Mhm.
Now let's
Give
go straight over to Contante.
Okay, let's go back to Cantate to see how this affects Cantate because she's the next part of this piece. All right, show me Cantate. Show what matters here, DJ.
Every button, literally every button.
Every button matters. Okay, so um, let's just start by going top to bottom then. So she has a CA that raises tuning by 1, sure. And then her CA also cuts her skill cooldowns by 1. Okay. And then, so she's got a fairly standard nuke, has a debuff resistance and wind defense down stuck to it.
It's a
So,
6/6 nuke. Hits matter.
right,
Down
because
skills.
your wind, you have Ewiar's beak and or like all of the evanescence style things. Okay. And then she has one tuning button, but it nukes twice. When it's 5 or better. So your rotor verbals or whatever the Grand Percival button's called. Okay.
Yep. And with that when she gets her skill 3 off,
Hmm.
that nukes twice and casts twice.
Okay. So fully restore everybody's HP and remove all debuffs. So it's whatever it's called from Yatramantis, like Magna, whatever it's called.
Except
Magnafoti?
you get this before turn 10.
Yeah. Um, and skill cooldowns. Is that for everybody?
For all harp specialty wind allies.
Harp specialty specifically. Okay. And then Grappelli effect is just for Cantate, which is she gets to use these twice that turn.
She's able to cast her nukes a second time.
Hmm. Wait.
And so,
Oh, it stays on.
correct.
Oh, it's
Correct.
permanent.
Cannot be removed
Oh,
indefinite.
I
Cannot be
understand.
recast. So, she revives. Well, that sucks. But anyways. Also, if she auto attacks when she has 7 more tuning, she will cast a 3-hit nuke and get 10 meter.
So you were saying that she keeps up with like some pretty heavy hitters when it comes to damage just by getting to tuning 7 and then getting to 10, which lets her Grappelli, and then just start spamming these Capriccis and Sarduses.
Yeah, she's not. It's not gonna be like Grimnir. Grimnir's just too amazing at getting nukes every turn because he does that.
Hmm.
But if you look when we get to Karo's kit, she surpasses Karo actually in an Alexiel fight
Hmm.
by just by a million, by the way.
Okay. Okay. So should we move over to Caro then, and then just look at
Uh,
this whole thing, or do we want to
so
stay on Cantate a
because
bit?
because of how getting to 7 tuning is so good, you'll
Hmm.
get to it really fast depending on your team.
Hmm.
We'll talk about that team in a second.
Okay.
And wind is one of the few types that can actually do harp really easily, and the
Hmm.
harp specialties actually also count for sub allies as well existing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
So we.
her skill damage goes up by 10% each harp ally, including herself,
Hmm.
and 4% cap for each harp ally.
So what we're saying here is that the MC harp classes are kind of a drawback here because the MC harp classes. So Rising Force is CA focused, and so she doesn't really do anything for CAs. Um, and we've got Lumberjack, which has incidental nukes from other people pressing buttons, but they're about to sustain. And given that you have already like Selphira or someone like that keeping your team alive, you don't really need Lumberjack for that. And Elysian's just been obsolete for years. We'll see what happens in 4 days, but I don't predict them really changing how
Nukes
Elysian
depending on
works.
how many harp allies you have.
Yeah, I guess. So
That'd be dope.
yeah, what you've been doing is you've been like night hounding, right?
Yeah, I get rid of my MC.
Yeah. It's like, well, we don't care. Just stick
Even with
MC
that
in the
Nuvo,
back.
even with that Nuvo, the Nuvo is like cool. I get 20 meter every time I sell Furia CAs.
Hmm.
Anyways, I have a better slot to put here.
Yeah. All right. And then so we go back. Should we go back to Caro then and see how he
Oh,
fits into
we
this
start with
entire thing?
Garo now.
All right. We can now go to Caro. All right.
Uh,
So
Garo's good.
so he has a CA that ends skill two's cooldown, which is the wind dip. So is it a single stack of tuning goes? Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
It's that button. The hit to attack, hit to defense stackable, and
five
number of
percent
six
each.
hits. Yep. Based on how much tuning's on there. It also is the button that raises the tuning for him. All right, okay. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
we've
yeah.
seen
We
this a
see
bunch
this
of
button
times before.
before,
Yeah, and it's been good
especially on a
every
limited
time.
character. For the first time we saw this, second time we saw it on a crest character.
Yeah, so now it's based on tuning and not based on crests or light crests or dark crests were the main places I've seen this one that I
Like
can remember.
you don't even need that much tuning.
Yeah, you only need six. Um, and so that's the cycle there. Okay. All right. What's Nesu? Which one do we go to next? Let's go to Maista. Debuff resistance up.
100%.
Oh, okay. Uplift. Is it 10?
10.
All right. Uh, Earth switch.
Yep.
Earth damage lowered, and
By
then don't
50%.
and then ends upon taking damage 2 times. Okay. And
Yeah,
then
there's a neon that exists.
yeah, so she shields you pretty often, and she already
Also, she
lowers.
lowers damage by tuning.
Hmm. And so, what's the cooldown of this thing when you have the full harp party? Let's just say it's 5 characters with harp, so it's minus
It'd be
fives.
8.
It would be 8.
If it's a full party
Full party is 8.
of 6.
Okay.
So it's 9 with my setup,
Hmm.
which is not bad.
Yeah, I mean, like the neon shield is relatively small. It's what, 3K?
3 is really good.
Yeah, that's true, especially when you have this much damage cut just
Yeah, it's
passively.
like it's not Fedial, but
Yeah. All right. Okay. And then so then you have Nessun Dorma, which is a chaser effect to wind characters for 4 turns. And then at 7,
uh,
oh, go
the
ahead.
chaser is actually superior damage.
So no matter what element the enemy is, it'll do superior element damage. Okay.
Yeah, it's only when allies can get this. However, this means it also doesn't count for other chasers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it stacks with other skill chasers. Oh. Okay. And then he gives himself one hit. Wait, is it himself or is it the entire team that gets one hit
All
of?
allies.
Oh. Oh, I see.
One-time assassin, 50% when you cast it.
And then when it's 10 or above and it's turn 10 or onward, then you get double strike to your entire team.
Double strike's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. So you
By the
it's
way,
a
he's guaranteed triple attack. By the way, if he has 3 Heartback allies.
yeah. Yeah, okay, okay. So it's 5 turns later than Ewiar does the double strike to everybody, but he can do it again. Ewiar's is guaranteed on turn 6 and exactly turn 6. This guy carries a lot of things that we're associating with limited characters. All right, okay. Then the last ones we have we have the Harp Pals um, passive, so it's boost to attack for the
30% perpetuity.
for himself, then defense to himself, is it?
100%.
And then always triple attacks on the third one. Dodge rate, are the numbers for that one yet?
It's
Or is it
20%.
20? Okay. Okay. And then how much extra meter does he get from the fifth?
He is 20% a boost to charge gain.
20%? And then given that he has uplift over here, that's
Uplifts.
12
He's
a
triple
turn.
attacking.
Yeah. Theoretically, like if you had that bow from Exo Sagittarius, then it would mean things, but you're not going to use it, right?
That only matters if you have
The MC
either
in front.
MC in front and Sophia or Neon.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, Neon can't cheat her cooldowns.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah,
Oh yeah, he
they
also harp allies just get what is this?
cap up.
For each stack of tuning, 3% normal attack, 1% cap.
So 10% damage cap at tuning 10. Yeah, all right. You do you, buddy. Like you spent 5 years in literal like limbo. He was just essentially asleep in the nether, and so they brought the boy back and they gave him this.
Yeah, this gets it.
He deserves it. Good job, buddy.
Like you don't need MC to ever have debuffs with this team because
Mm-hmm.
you already have your wind defense down and debuff resistance going down with Cantate. You have Sophia over here giving multi-attack down as well as elemental attack down, elemental defense down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Caro, who, if you need stack, will attack defense down.
And then yeah,
You're only missing blind, really.
and sometimes Neon just makes that all invalid by coma. Sometimes it just doesn't act at all.
She also has charm,
Yeah.
and also
So
more multi-attack down because why not?
I'm going to just look up what other Wind Harp characters there are to see if there's any other ones that can even sniff that team. So Ariette doesn't count. She's out of date. The Love Lives don't count. There's a bunch of okay. So Sochie is a CA character, isn't she? She heals. Oh yeah, she
She is a
pairs up
C
with somebody.
character, and
Yeah,
she has to pair up with somebody.
right. So
You'll exist.
that's a different style. UL is a multi-attack character, and then does she have the everybody gets chaser? No, it's supplemental damage against Fox Flame.
Yeah, Supplemental is pretty good with this team.
Yeah, I think UL could crack this team.
She also gives Chaser on CA,
Oh, it's CA the chaser. There it is. Okay, bonus plane damage to a foe with Fox Flame.
and
So
she's a harp.
yeah, that's strong.
Vera
there's a thing
exists, but
here.
you don't really want to use Vera in this comp.
Yeah, she exists to on full auto bring in an evoker with their passives
Yeah, but
active.
you don't really need either of the wind evokers for this.
Yeah, because we've seen Katsulia is a survival evoker, and Astariola is um there is no team that you build around Astariola. He just always does the same thing every turn.
What he does if he goes to the front is he gets his buffs. Woo.
Yeah, yeah. It's not even that important to bring him back to front.
Like if you're bringing Sariola, you put him up front. You already needed a dispel.
Yeah. This may change in a couple months but we don't know what's going to happen with 5 stars. We're not going to talk about it. So cool. That is quite the kit. Wow.
Yeah, no, I like this team.
Mhm.
I would need to try it out in a high level raid just because it'd be fun.
Mhm. Well, let's
Because
see here.
beating up Alexiel, while fun, is super easy.
I think that you could really do a number on Siegfried with this team. I mean, you
Because you have the
already
blue
have the
buttons.
blue buttons.
You're
Um,
missing green, I think, though.
a lot of the time with the green ones, you just block. You just block it out. You need to keep MC on in front in order to just avoid dying to Qualfenge, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
it's like just with Neon, Selphira, and then your choice of like Caro or something, you can just yeah, you just go. That's cool. All right, so that's it for this set of characters. We have another set of characters that'll be in here around to next week. One of them being Icarus, who was announced at Extra Fest Fukuoka. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he's out of a different kind of jail. He's been appearing on the streams for years without a character of his own. Like it just said Ichiki, who plays the role of Ichiki. So yeah.
That's
Anyway,
always funny.
yeah. Um, the other thing that was announced at Extra Fest Fukuoka was that a character who has existed for only 2 hours a day and only for certain events is getting a long overdue uncap. So congratulations to Light Fairy.
That character really needs it.
She has one button, and that button now exists in other elements. And
Thanks,
you know,
Heinrichten.
yeah, like Alanon does it, Ilnot does it. They do it on better characters than this. So
Like, if skill 1 was not 12 turns long,
it could
you know,
it could be a thing. Yeah, there's
and
there's a lot
if
of
skill 2 existed for reasons,
yeah. There needs to be a bunch of work done to this. So we'll see what happens. According to Fukuoka, it was May 15th for
hey,
this.
look, it sounds like there's something happening on May 15th, like
A lot.
uh, a server update.
Yeah. All right. So the last thing that we're talking about today, we mentioned it a little bit, is the new event Exo Sagittarius.
I like the
Um,
new lines so much.
eat your heart out.
It's so good.
I may have to update my alerts and turn sounds back on just to put in more freaking Exo Sagi ones. You can tell how much fun Onoyuki has with this the Sagittarius stuff. Um, but the design of this thing is they've essentially taken the palatable parts of um, Sandbox and they've applied it to this. So the covenants over here, like when you're doing Exo Sagittarius, if you need to farm this, then here are the active effects. I have 25% extra attack, 10% damage cap, 25 extra HP, 25% extra HP. Let's be very specific. 2 ranks of stamina. I don't know what that percentage is. Passive defense. I start the fight with a shield. There's plus 20% to multi attack. My normal attacks are amped with an extra 50k supplement. I heal every turn. It's actually I heal for more whenever I would heal. Like this list of buffs that you get for doing the event in order to continue doing the event is actually like crazy.
Like, so the boss actually progressively gets stronger, but so do you.
Hmm. And so this is really good for like even people who, are relatively low level. They just it the you scale with the boss by going over here and hitting these covenant orbs and just saying, "All right, I would like attack up now. Okay, I would like the next level of attack up now." Well, you have to go around all the way around and then fill in these things, but still
Yeah, good thing there's the just hit the button on
just hit
auto
auto
unlock.
unlock. Yeah. And then, right now we're at Covenant level 3. They say that when we come back to this event, there may be more Covenant levels. Okay, sure. It's just like Saphira guidebooks. However, they've taken out the disgusting thing about Saphira guidebooks, and you don't have to manage them for every party. It just happens, which is really good.
And you get rewards for this afterwards.
Yeah. The reward for even people like us who may not or may not actually use the weapon is over here in trophies. We're gonna get a sand every time, so that's a much needed release valve. So that's another 6 that are coming to people who just play. That's really good.
And then also there's just the wonder that's just now active.
Yeah, and so let's go over to it's under supplies, right? Yeah, wonders.
Supplies wonders.
So here we have this Crucible seal. And the Crucible seal, more levels are planned for later, so these will keep growing up over time as they rerun the Exos. Wonder effect, and you can turn this off for whatever reason you want. So right now, I have from finishing this 5% passive Earth resistance, which makes a character like Caro even better. 6% passive defense, every bit counts. This is available everywhere that I bring a wind character that is not Unite and Fight. 3% multi-attack, 6% extra healing. The debuff resistance is the least meaningful. Sometimes, most of the time, you won't notice it.
You'll notice it when it does hit you, though.
Yeah, and then here's the big one: 5% debuff success rate. People are like, "Oh, that's not impressive." Like, no, you want this. This is amazing.
Look. When they get the light one, I'll be super happy with my food decisions.
Yeah, with that delay extra debuff success.
Yeah.
And then the everything else too. Yeah. Whew. So bring on more Exos. I'm ready.
Just let me fight them now.
So given that they upped the Onoyuki English for this one, do you think that just like Ifrit will be voiced by a death metal vocalist or something like that at this point? That's the other joke that they can take further and further.
I'm trying to remember. Isn't Yonisawa Madoka who voices Vohumana?
Yes, that's her.
I don't even remember Vohumana even saying anything, so
Yeah, I don't either. But I remember Xeno Ifrit because of the memes with like the T-shirt that just starts out with like Xeno Ifrit's lines and then just progressively turns into gibberish because no
Yeah,
one
I remember
understands
that.
what the hell Xeno Ifrit is saying. But yeah, and then this weapon over here. So there's a new category that's called the Exo weapons, and so these ones are interesting for 2 reasons. So number one, so this is a bow for wind, and we talked a little bit about how wind is kind of starved for bows that aren't like Indra's Edge.
Help.
And so, we've got ourselves Xeno attack, so EX attack, sure. Um, the EX attack is kind of getting flooded just by the more like Seophon swords that you get, but whatever, that's fine. The You know exactly when you need this thing because here we have when main weapon and on your MC, uh, you get a 10% boost to all allies' charge bars upon any wind ally using a debuff skill with the norm.
On a bow, you say?
Yeah, and so this is absolutely like the Robin Hood thing, right? They're just like play Robin Hood, okay? We get it. You can use what is it? Acrobatic volley with this thing. You can use what's the
Their mist.
yeah, I can't remember what the name of their mist is right now. Something haze, Emerald haze. Um,
You can also get
Emerald
afterwards.
fog.
You refill your cooldown and do it again.
Mm-hmm. And then you gain your 50 meter from pressing Return to the Fox, and then you gain another 10 meter from using the blue skill again. Yeah. Um, but then there's the other thing, which is the
Also, your camera's
awakening.
getting blurry.
Is it? Oh, that's weird. Oh, there we go. I just need to lean forward or something. All right. So we have got the 2 awakenings. So this is the attack awakening, which only cares about it being in your main hand. It is 20% extra might when it's in your main hand, 15%
And for
extra.
EX modifier, we'll only need to distinguish this in a second.
We got skill damage cap 15%,
Only in main hand.
only in main hand, and then 10% generic damage cap.
Also only in main hand.
Yeah, it's not special damage cap, but it's 10% damage cap on a single weapon along with skill damage cap. So
Yes, I nice.
yeah. Um, so what's the difference between might and attack? Might is the name of a skill. Attack is what it gives you. And then here's the special type. So the special type um, is why I only farmed one of these, because it's like, okay, this is a generic 20% attack on probably the normal mod, since it doesn't say EX might, and then 20% hit points, which is, something that you very often want from an awakening. So if you know that you want this, then you know who you are, and you can get yourself another one of these. People like
The only
us,
problem I have
yeah.
with it is
Hmm.
that area big exists. So you're already flooded in normal might, no matter where you are.
Right. So it's basically just for HP, which, as of like 3 or 4 years ago, we would talk about how Wind Magna has problems with hit points. Well, that hasn't been the case ever since they made the Coruscant Crozier, and
We still kind of have problems. We still cap around like way less than others.
true. And so if
You
you
don't
want
you don't
to,
hit 400%.
yeah, and so there's like the Draconic. These days we're also starting to look at 5-star New World Foundations, which is still small, so it's not like a huge boost, but it's still there. But yeah, I mean it's welcome. If you want hit points and you need hit points, then these awakenings exist. You know, it's like, take a look at these Seiphon swords here. This one over here is 55% hit points. You know, and so you can just start stacking these and actually live through really hard raids. Oh, hey, I hit my 7th Seiphon sword. Anyway, so anything else to say about Exo other than just bring them around, bring the entire cycle?
They're good.
Yeah. If only spoons weren't a pain in the ass to farm. Well, you know, they've been
They
giving
they,
us
they
this.
still are though.
They are. The only thing I can say is that they're the ninth birthday weapon trade. That's um, if you still need these, then I think they're under what, regalia? Regalia. There's there's a ticket that you can just say you can skip all of that Grimnir farming and get yourself a spoon.
Yeah, that's how I got my last one.
Yeah, same. Not not
Uh,
not joking about that one.
that's still a problem where I still had to go through the pain of farming the first two
Ooh,
because
gross.
I don't believe those that the spoon was available in the last birthday ticket.
Hmm. So yeah, I mean, if you need hit points, this bow is a good one to have a spare of. If you need it, you need it. But anyway, um, I think that's it for this week. We're good.
Yeah,
So yeah, next week is going to be when we have that scheduled maintenance with all of the goodies. And by all of the goodies, we'll have um, the uncapped to talk about. We will have the character rebalances, and then just more dials to put on full auto to turn off certain skills, so that you stop turning off your freaking cat's meow or whatever it's called in Necromancer, all that stuff. Anyway, so thanks for joining me, DJ. I fulfilled
hmm
my promise. This was actually a short episode. See you guys next time. And DJ, thank you very much.
All right. Catch you guys later. Bye.
Later, everybody. Oh man, there's gonna be Vicala next week too. I don't think we need to talk about that, but I'm just personally excited.